Hey guys, so in this video, I just wanted to go ahead and break down our custom websites here at Pressure Washing Marketing Pros. This is a recent launch that we did for a business called Pro Pressure Works out of Pennsylvania. And so this client's website before was looking pretty drab, and so we went ahead and gave it a full rebuild here, right? So I just want to take you guys through this. And so as you guys already know, in the header of your section, you should always have what I like to call like a tagline. So this one is like South Central Pennsylvania's #1 choice for a cleaner, brighter property. And then we tell them the areas that we serve, like power washing in York County and Cumberland County, Pennsylvania. As you can see, we have the call to actions. You know, whenever you scroll down too, you're also going to see these call to actions as well, right? Because we want people to convert at all times. You know what I mean? And so we also have the call to action buttons in the header too. You see that we have the custom truck right here with the design in the header. I like websites to be very branded, and this client gave us very branded photos in that sense. You know, we have trust badges right here. Those work very well for your SEO and also for conversions for your clients, because they also know that you are, accredited. They know that you have authority. As you know, right here we have a section divider with the wand right here, right? So that adds a little flair to it, just like this. And so, you know, we have custom fonts that we did on this. We use a client's photos that they have, you know, right here. As you can see, even when you hover over the call to actions, they kind of enlarge, you know what I mean? And I always tell people, when you have phone number buttons, don't just put like call us now, you know what I mean, on your website, because you never know if somebody doesn't have access to click on it, or if they're just looking at it. You want them to either type it or whatever it may be, because if it says call us now, you know, I'm not saying that people out here, you know, aren't the smartest people, but somebody may not know. You want to make it as easy as possible for somebody to know to call you. And so instead of, you know, having them click that. And so that's something that we always write the phone numbers on all the buttons that we do. And as you can see right here, we also talk about the main services, right? As you guys can see, these are the main services that the client does. And so we always want to highlight that stuff. They can learn more to go to the different page, but also just a little accents on it. If you hover over here, you'll see that it has a little sparkle thing right there as well. So it's like these little things that we like to do in our custom websites for clients, right? We go over that they do residential and commercial services as well, and we outline all of them that also, you know, go with the residential services and the commercial services that they have on their website, which we'll get to, right? And as you guys can even see, when you're scrolling down, we make it easy for people to even like look for the navigation. A lot of websites don't end up doing that, right? But that's why people can always, you know, refer back to the menu no matter where they're at. They can always call, request a quote. Now, we also talk about the process, you know, so we always talk about from estimate to post-service walkthrough, right? So we just always talk about, like, you know, basically give the customer a view of how it would be working with our client, right? So we tell them the steps so that they, you know, have an idea of what they would be getting themselves into, right? Because the more prepared, the more informed that they are, the more likely they are to take action, right, and contact our client. And once again, we have branded photos. I can't tell people how important it is to have these branded photos on your website, right? And even good logos, because they can really make your website pop at that point. Then, you know, we got the call to action, right? Call the experts at Pro Pressure Works right here. Why homeowners and businesses trust Pro Pressure Works, right? So we have like a why choose us as well. So this is the why choose us section right now, right? And then we have the before and after section, which sometimes these can definitely be fixed up a little bit in that sense, which we'll have to do. But as you can see right here, we're able to go ahead and look at the dirty, slide it over to the clean. So we like to do this for all of our clients in that sense. This is probably not the best photo right here, but it's what the client wanted, right? And then we always show the reviews that clients have, the areas that the client services. And so we have these, and then these link to the different, you know, locations that the client services as well, right? Any frequently asked questions, especially ones that the client gets all the time, right? Like, what payment methods do you accept? Do you offer warranties? Will this damage my home, right? Like, what type of equipment? Do you offer discounts? You know what I mean? So, you know, what areas do you serve? How do I get a quote, right? So these are different things, more branded photos in that sense, right? We have that. So as you guys can see, this is a really good custom website that, you know, we've done for a client. You know, we'll We'll have these photos on here too, like professional house washing right here, call to actions. Same thing, we talk, there'll be before and afters. We always like to talk about clear pricing. Pricing's good because it gives, your clients and your customers that confidence as well to go ahead and contact you. And if people see the price and they're like, okay, I can afford it, they'll definitely go ahead and hit you up. And so it stops you from having to have that conversation trying to sell somebody over the phone when they already know you have transparent pricing, right? We talk about factors that could affect the pricing, special offers that they do. You know what I mean? What type of surfaces they work on: vinyl siding, hardy board, brick, and limestone. Oxidation removal can be an optional add-on, right? So choose, like, why choose them? You have that right here as well. More of this right here in terms of just the branded photos. It would have been better if it was a house, but like I said, the clients really dictate a lot of how these look and what photos they want to have. So house washing process, we talk about that too, so that people know about the process that goes on with that. So yeah, people know the process right there. Their commitment to the community, as you guys can see. If you're unhappy with the work, we'll clean it again. So this is like, commitments, guarantees. We like to do that on websites. These are before and afters as well. And as you always know, we like to show off reviews on every single page. Frequently asked questions about these specific services. So not just the general ones that we saw on the homepage, but the specific ones as well. So that's something that we'll do. You'll have the custom photos and then the call to action, right? And so same thing, the about us. I always believe that this is important. Some people don't really have that, but they have the story right here. They have basically all of that stuff when it comes to that. So yeah, we have the about us right there, blog, press release page, all the other commercial services, the areas that the client services in that sense, right? So these are the other areas, and we'll make a page for each of these. We'll show them on the map, right, where they're located at on the map in that sense as well. So contact us page right here, as you'll be able to see that. So this is, these are the type of quality custom websites that we do in the exterior cleaning industry. We think that we're one of the best at it. And so yeah, kind of just showcasing our custom websites to you guys just in case. And so if you need a website done, you also want to look at some of our pricing as well, you can click the link in the description, and somebody from our team will be in contact with you as well. Go over your marketing, go over what kind of website options you'd want to have. And yeah, because guys, it's not all about just the look of a website, but it's also going to be how it's structured. Is it going to be structured in a way that's going to capture organic traffic? And that's definitely something that we do here at Pressure Washing Marketing Pros. So if you got any questions, concerns, thoughts, or comments, guys, please leave them below. If you want to know about the, like I said, if you want to also know about our website processes, our pricing, and all of that, you can click the description as well, and that's going to have all of that in a URL. So yeah, guys, I'll definitely see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.